So evening, lovelies. As always, choosing where your body wants to start this evening. You might feel like if you're aching a bit, just lying back on your mat. But if you prefer to sit and it actually helps your back, then sometimes it's nice to choose that as a starting position. Satya and Ahimsa are always listening and observing what you really need. So sometimes we might start seated and think, actually, no, I think my body needs to lie down. So you're observing Satya, your truth, and also non-harm, because if sitting actually creates a discomfort, then choosing to lie down would be the better option. So all these little yogic philosophies we can simply bring into just a choice of a pose, as well as the rest of our life. So just starting, tuning into your breath and enjoying this space that you create on between all four corners of your mat. Like a yogic temple, it's your space for yourself. And even in your mind, as you lie there, you can just say, this is me time. This is self-healing time. This is where I rejuvenate and I replenish myself. And with that, just scan through your body, aware of what's tight and tense in your muscles, where you may be holding emotion in certain areas of your body. And just simply observe it without judgment, without reading into the details. How does your breath feel? Is it laboured or is it quite easy? And just checking in with how busy your mind is in this very moment. I always compare just becoming still with how we see a snow globe. Shaken up, that's like our daily life, and then we place it down in one spot, nice and still, and everything becomes clear, quiet, and clarity. And so with that, we always start our yin with a meditation or some quiet time to begin the essence of our practice of tuning inward, to look inside, which is where everything really begins. The exterior is usually just a mirror of what's going on internally for us. If we're feeling happy, we'll often see happy people pass us by. If we're miserable, then that is often what we will see and what will consume your day. Like attracts like, it's the law of attraction. So gently, if you're lying down, just begin to hug your knees in. Have a moment to rock, just noticing what you're holding in your back, and then we'll come to seated. Coming to Zazen, this just seated position for meditation. Onto meditation cushions if you've got them, just because it allows us to lift our spine and the hips over the knees. If you need a little blanket around your shoulders, this is often quite nice to just get comfy and cozy. One less thing to worry about if you're nice and warm. So this evening, I'm going to give you Yogi's choice of meditation. If you've been with me a while, then you'll know that we kind of rotate through perhaps mindfulness of breath, the 4 stages of the breathing that we observe. Or sometimes we will chant a mantra in our mind and use a mudra with the hands. Other times we will count our breath in different ways. And we'll also sort of an unfocused meditation where we just sort of sit and be with our thoughts and allow the thoughts to come in and go like passing clouds, and observing them to the point where now and then there'll be a gap between them and you'll notice that you're in that gap. So I'm going to give you choice this evening for 5 minutes which practice you feel that you would prefer to do, or what you're drawn to perhaps just this evening. Every time might be different. You might want something structured, or you might just need to sit there and just be quiet. So I'll pop the timer on for 5 minutes. We can just rest our hands in Dhyana Mudra. Let yourself get relaxed. Let your eyelids close, and every now and then I'll just prompt you so that you're within your practice. We'll take some quiet time now. Just keep relaxing your body. Just aware of your breath into the belly. Observing your thoughts. Staying present. Are you still relaxed? And then one more breath. And then just gently coming back, blinking your eyes open. And noticing how that felt, your chosen practice, whether it was the right one for this evening. So we're going to start with Mantis. A lovely long stretch for the back, but also kind of a nice compression through our legs and knees. So when you're ready, bringing the knees wide and then just gently lowering your body down. Forehead. If you need something behind your knees or under the chest or belly, then you can use a cushion for support. How does it feel? Where can you relax? Can you relax through your upper arms and spread the shoulder blades out? Softening through your elbows and lower arms to your wrists. Where do you feel it most? Is it inner thighs? Through your back? Where else can you relax? You might enjoy just stretching your arms a little bit further forward. If you want to, you can bring your hands above your head in prayer. Praying mantis. A little bit more of a stretch through your triceps. How does this pose feel now that we've been in it a little while? Does the stretch feel easier? Is there more of a surrender? And we'll take one more breath. Gently we'll lift our head and walk our hands back. Really enjoying that feeling in the back, especially the upper back. And then we'll come on to our back. Find yourself in Shavasana. And enjoy the after effects. Feeling the chi and move through your legs. Tingly, coolness. Perhaps on the tops of your feet and the shin where your stomach channel flows up your leg. Really relaxing your back, especially your lower back. Let's take a nice deep breath in, and we can draw our knees into our chest. A nice little rock. So we're going to come up and into a two-sided pose, which we call closed wing. Often there is a pose where we open up our arm, called open wing, but closed wing is where we take our arms across our body like that and we lie forward. So we'll have one arm on top and then we'll swap round and then the other arm on top. So let's come onto the belly. And we'll begin with the right arm in front and then the left arm behind. Try and relax your back and your buttocks and your legs. And wrists and hands. Keep noticing if you're clenching the lower back and buttocks. See if you can keep relaxing. We won't take the whole time in this pose. We'll just do another minute. Again, notice if you're tight in your upper arms, around your biceps. See if you can keep letting go. Notice if your legs or calf muscles are tight. One more breath. And then just gently ease your way out. We're going to come into Shavasana again. You might just want to roll onto your back where you are. The whole idea is to gently come out so that we can really feel the difference when we go into the other side. Let everything kind of fade away, and we'll start with feeling a fresh sensation. Where do you feel the after effects of that pose? Working with the arms, it's lung and small intestine. And then, lung and large intestine, which are very linked with autumn and metal. And it's also heart and the small intestine, which are the yin and yang channels through the arm. Notice where you're feeling prana or chi flow. As you lie here, just connect with your breath. And then gently, as everything fades, we'll hug in. Right leg, then left. Take a moment to rock. Lift your head if that feels nice. A bit more of a stretch through the back. And then let's roll back over onto our bellies. So same pose, but we'll bring the left arm in front. The right arm is underneath. You might find that it feels very different. There's a sort of a different range of motion or movement here. Relax. Again, try and relax wherever you find that you're tense in your body. Breathing to your belly. Releasing your wrists and hands if they're tight. Are you tense in the lower back and buttocks? Keep relaxing. And then we'll take one more breath. And gently coming out. And notice how it feels. Notice if you like that pose or not. It's quite a strange pose. Not a pose that not a movement that we would necessarily do day to day to that degree. So let's lie down. Explore what you feel. Enjoy a nice long sigh. And again, just follow whatever sensations you're feeling on the inner part of your arm or the outer part, your shoulders. And then we'll gently draw our knees together, bring them in, and a nice rock. And we'll roll up to seated. If you grab 2 blocks, we're going to come into lung bench this evening, so one that we don't often do. And we have the 2 blocks parallel and on their second height. The lower block, the top block is for the sort of back of the head, but the lower block is, I would say, around here. And so it's below the rib cage. You'll know where it feels right when you lie down. So let's just explore resting back over these blocks. If this doesn't feel right for you, or you really can't get on with it, you can come into heart bench, which is one we often do. But give it a go, because sometimes these poses we find strange do grow on us. It's a bit of a fiddly one, this one. Take your time, it's okay to try and get into it in the right way. So this is creating a lot more of a thoracic sort of openness here. And you can probably feel just the sort of the tips of the wings of your shoulder blades possibly touching this lower block. Just be aware of the curve in your lumbar spine and make sure that that's okay for you. And then we'll just start to try and soften and surrender here. Notice if you are tense initially. And just trying to let go gently. If it's really uncomfortable or painful, please come out, choose another pose. Breathing deeply. Trying to relax, especially if your lower back is a little bit tense to begin with. Notice what's changing, where you can let go. Let's take one more deep breath here. Use your arms to support as you lift your head first. Look down to your toes. And then lift your body up gently. Pop your block to both blocks to the side. And then lying down. How does that feel? Sometimes the after effect is actually so much nicer than the pose that you've been in. Where do you notice this? Is there some relief in your back? How does it feel in your lower back as well? Enjoy the breath coming down to the belly and then moving up into the chest. And then gently, as all that fades, let's draw the right, then left knee in, have a rock. So rolling up, come into a kneeling position. We're going to do a stick bug, which is a pose we don't often do. It's one of the kind of non-regular sort of yin poses, and we won't take it for the full length because it is quite intense on the arms, but we're going to just come into a kneeling position and bring your fingers to face towards your toes and your feet. So we're exposing the inner part of our arms. Now, some people will have flexibility and have their arms really far forward. For me, they have to come quite far back. And if you need to, you can also use blocks just to sort of bring the floor or the mat towards you. You might find that a little bit more bearable and comfortable. Try not to be too intense with this. I would say start at about a 30% sensation, relaxing your fingers and just exploring this gentle, gentle stretch here. Breathing to belly. And again, if it's really uncomfortable for you, please always alter yourself or come out the pose. The meridians we are really targeting here, the inner arm, which are the yin channels of the heart and the lungs. Breathing to belly. Notice if you want to explore the stretch a bit more. Alter your props. And then we'll take one more breath. Very gently, just start to lean forward as you come out of this pose. And then release your arms. Okay, lying down just to reset everything and feel whatever you feel. Relax. Very tingly on the palms of the hands, which will be as expected, but notice your fingers, the stimulation. You might notice certain fingers are a bit more tingly than the others on the inside or outside edges of the fingertips. trying to relax. Just enjoy your breath. Perhaps the fingers and palms of the hands are softening now, sensation fading. And then we'll hug our knees in. We'll roll up. We're going to grab a cushion and come into bench. So again, a nice little extension for the front, flexion for the back, opening through thoracic. So cushion just a little bit further away from you, or lie back. Support your head if you need to, or under your neck. And then just the really relaxing pose here. Taking your arms out if that feels good. And just let this lovely cushion and floor support you. Breathing. Noticing if you're comfortable here. Satya, being truthful with yourself. Ahimsa, non-harm. Notice if your breath is slower and more lengthened. Relaxing the lower back and buttocks if there's any tension there. And then when you're ready, we'll take one more breath. Lifting the head. And then just gently coming down and relaxing. Gentle breaths. We'll hug our knees in. And so we'll take banana, a nice two-sided pose where we can get a lovely little stretch in the side of our body. So bringing your legs back down to your mat. And we'll start by bringing the feet over to the lower right corner, right foot over the left, and then just sort of adjusting around the buttocks, just shuffle your shoulders over to the top right. And then just starting to relax. Enjoy the breath and just notice where it sort of fans out into your left side of the body. Relaxing shoulders, relaxing the muscles in your upper back. Just observing if you want to explore the stretch a bit more, move the shoulders over or cross your feet the opposite way. We'll take a nice breath. Let's very gently just find our way back into Shavasana. Nice central alignment. Let your spine readjust. And then we'll hug our knees in. A lovely little rock just to ease the back. And then bringing your legs back down to the mat, we're going to take them over to the lower left corner with your left foot over the right. And then just shuffling your shoulders to the top left. And relaxing. Placing your head wherever you wish, looking right or left or upwards. And you can close your eyes if you want to. Just enjoy following your breath, relaxing the sides of your waist, lower back. Soft breathing, again now exploring where the breath feels like it's moving in your body. Lovely balancing pose for your left and right sides. Ida and Pingala, the feminine and the masculine. So when you're ready, one gentle breath, and then come back into the center slowly, and just let everything realign. Take some nice deep belly breaths. And then in your own time, draw your knees up to your chest. Enjoy a nice rock, and then we're going to come into relaxation now. So choosing whether you want to lie down or come up to seated. Whatever you choose, just allow yourself to be comfy and warm. Take your time, there's no rush. And we'll pull a card from this lovely little deck of angel cards. If you have a question in mind, or there's a thought buzzing about in your head that you need an answer to, and even if you haven't, just often asking for general guidance, then be open. And just taking a card at random. I like to close my eyes often with these. And let's see what we've been given. So this one says, it's called Desire. And wondering if this will resonate with you. It may not. So it says, no, conditions aren't favourable right now. Wait, or look into other options and ask the angels to help guide and comfort you. There is a reason why you asked for heaven's opinion about this situation. In your heart, you knew that something was amiss. I'm here to help you trust this wisdom within your heart. Although it may seem romantic to jump in without looking, this situation warrants otherwise. Since I am one of your guardian angels, your happiness is my central mission. This situation, as it currently stands, won't bring you the joy that you seek. There are options available to you. One is to wait. This will certainly improve your outlook, either because you will learn more information or because something better will come along. The second option is to go ahead with the current situation. You certainly have the free will to do so. Be assured that I will stay with you, whether you need my caution or not. I will be there with my unconditional love, each time that you listen to me, and also each time that you ignore me, you grow and learn. So just noticing if that is something that resonates with you. Have a little while just to relax now and soften your body to the mat. Let your thoughts become quieter. very gently. And no need to move, just come back to your body with your mind. Maybe just start to move very slowly the fingers and your toes. Enjoy a long breath. Perhaps roll the head gently side to side. And in your own time, you can hug your knees in if you're lying down. If you're seated, you can roll your shoulders. Enjoy a nice rock, and when you're ready, in your own time, you can join me seated. Take a nice deep breath. And then when you're ready, bringing your hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.